Hello everyone, it's Fiona Whitten from Oakville Crafts here, and today it's time for another virtual card and a cuppa. It's the 5th of May, which means that the new 2021 annual catalogue went live yesterday, which is really exciting because it means I can actually share the contents of the catalogue with you today, not just showing you the cover, which is good. Anyway, so those of you who bought the kits for this month, hopefully, fingers crossed, you've got them. I did put them in the post last week, so they should be with you by now. And this is what the kit looks like. And today I'm using some of the items from the hand-penned suite. So if you have a catalogue, you will find it on pages 104 and 105. And I'm also using some of the in colours. So before I go through the kit and everything, I just want to show you quickly. So this is the catalogue in all its glory. And yes, I do have my hedgehog tabs in there, but I also do have these cute little tabs. So those of you who received a catalogue from me should have a set of these tabs that you can add to your catalogue should you so wish. But anyway, I'll share details of how to do that another time. But let's crack on with this card and a cuppa. So as I said, I am using the hand pen suite today. So your kit will contain some of the hand penned paper, which looks like this. It's very pretty. Love the colours in it. So the 12 sheets, as always, so double-sided, and these are the different designs. So one side's floral, so the really coloured side, the pieces are the floral sides, and then on the others, the reverse side, are much simpler, less busy designs. So we've got dots, scallops, lines. This is an image from the stamp, which looks like this. It's kind of a mixture of that and a few extras, and similar with this. So that's what the designer series paper looks like, and I've put on here also the colours that it coordinates. So the paper coordinates with black, blushing bride, cinnamon cider, daffodil delight, garden green, Highland Heather, mint macaron, Pale Papaya, which is one of the new in colours, and Pool Party. And I didn't bother to put basic white because essentially this cardstock is basic white. So that's the paper. Now the stamp set that comes in the suite looks like this, and they're two-step stamping. And you should be aware that these images are actually at 90%. I don't know if you can see that bit on the box. So it's always worth looking on your box to see what it actually says. So it says images at 90%. So yes, that's the complete image, but it's not at full size. So you need to be aware of it. It's a photopolymer stamp, and you'll find that parts of these, so this particular image here is the second step to stamp over that image, and then similarly that one, and then these little flowers stamp over here and here, and you've got this one for here and that one for yeah, I think hopefully it kind of makes common sense. And then you've also got leaves, and then you've got 4 sentiments. One thing I should point out about the photopolymer stamp sets now is that you will find that they come on 2 clear acetate sheets, which is loose in the box. So keep one of them. One's quite thick, the other one's quite flimsy. But now what Stampin' Up have done is they've actually put the images on the inside of the cover. So this cover pops out and you'll see where my finger is, hopefully, that the image is actually printed on here. So you know where to put your stamps. So I've put mine on here that I don't already have out. It's a quick way of making sure, seeing that you do have all the stamps that are in the set. And so I just then keep a piece of the clear acetate on the top, simply because I quite often use my box for putting bits in that I've stamped and die cut out and everything. So yes, there are dies that go with this stamp set, and again they are part of the suite. So the penned flower dies look like this. So you have a very cute scallop border die which has stitching on it. Then you have various dies, so for example, let's close that, put that out of the way. This shape here will die cut that image, but it will also make a backing for this intricate die, and then similarly this one will die cut that image. And then there are additional leaves and flowers and things like that. So that's what the dies look like. I'm not using the dies today. I am using the dies to create the make and take, one of the make and takes for the catalogue launch, which is happening on the 15th of this month. If you want, if you want the make and takes, there is a small charge for them this year, but then you get the credit against an order the following month. So I will be posting details of that, but basically you can go on to my website, which is oakfieldcrafts.com, and if you look at the very top of it, it says 2021 catalogue launch, and you can click on there and you can order the make and takes. You don't have to order the make and takes. I have already sent out invitations to people to the private Facebook group, because I'll be going live that day, and people, if they want to, can join me on Zoom and take part in the make and take live, which will be great fun. Or you can just watch it at a later date. And those who actually go on to the Facebook group, they will have priority access to my buy one get one free sale too. So anyway, I'm just telling you lots of information, but let's get on with some crafting. So this is the kit that you've got. So you've got your usual envelope. You have a, I'm going completely nuts now, soft succulent card base. You should have a piece of white that goes inside. Mine's gone astray, it's around here somewhere. You then have a piece of the polished pink cardstock, which is going to go on your front. These two basic white pieces have been cut out using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I think they're going to be my new go-to die set when I want rectangles and things, because now that the stitch shape dies have retired, I'm probably going to be using these a lot. You will then get two pieces of the paper. So you've got a larger rectangle. It's up to you what side you want to use. You've got the floral side of the pink floral, which is not quite as busy as the front, and then you also have your strip, which will go on the piece of basic white for inside the card. And I have no idea. It's here somewhere, I know, but I'm not going to spend time looking for it. So I'll show you the two cards that I have made so far. So this is the first card, and I just wanted to show you a technique with this. So this stamp actually comes from a different stamp set. It comes from the Flowers of Friendship stamp set, and it's this particular stamp. And what I did was I used the in-colour markers, and instead of using an ink pad, I just took the marker to the stamp and coloured in the actual wording. So the top two lines I did in the polished pink. The next one is in the soft succulent. The purple is the fresh freesia. This is the pale papaya, and then that's the evening evergreen. So I just wanted to show you this is a different technique that you can use. And then I just stamped it onto the stitched rectangle and added a little embellishment. So these are mega cute embellishments as well, and I'll show you those in a minute. So that's the first one. So basically the paper's simply glued on. Cardstock to cardstock, glue that on, and then this is on with dimensional, so there's a bit of height to it. And then the inside is just a straightforward strip of the paper glued onto the white. The second card, I decided I would go something slightly different in that I glued the reverse side of the paper onto the Stitch So Sweetly die cut. It was only when I came to stick this onto the card front I realised actually I've stuck it on the reverse side, but I decided to go with it. I could have taken that off again and started again just by putting some paper on the other side, but thought I would just leave it. I mean, we all make mistakes, so yes. So it's the reverse side of the paper. I stamped on the smaller rectangle using my Tuxedo black ink, using the stamp from the hand penned petals stamp set. So I used this stamp here, and I simply just stamped one image. Remember that because this is the clear photopolymer, you will need to put something underneath just to give it something to push against, not a hard table, because then it doesn't stamp so brilliantly. But you can do it if you don't have. I use my Stampin' Pierce mat. I find that's the best thing to use. So I just simply stamped it, and then I've used the new in colour Stampin' blends. So again, we've got the polished pink, the fresh freesia, the middles of the pale papaya, and then the leaves are the soft succulent. They look a lot darker than you think. It's because it's got several layers of the green on there. And then I just added it, put it all together. And these are the little flowers that are in that pot that I was talking about. So this one, this size and this size, which is itty bitty. It's really tiny, it's really cute. Come in the same pot, which I do have. I know I have. I put it to one side. Oh, there it is. So it comes in a little pot like this. And there are 60 in there. They're called loose flower flourishes. Oops. So you have pale papaya, the fresh freesia, and the polished pink, and the two sizes. So we've got the larger ones and the itty bitty ones. The larger ones you can. I glued a rhinestone in the middle, so you can do that if you want to. You don't have to, they're equally as cute without. But that's just another idea for an embellishment rather than just putting rhinestones or pearls or gems or whatever. So I think they fit in really nicely with this. So yeah, so those are the little ones. And then again, the inside, I just simply glued in the paper. Right, so those are the two cards that I have made. Turning now to my kit. And I'm trying to figure out what to do. And I'm thinking, do I want to cut everything up again like I quite often do? Remember, I sometimes cut this into bits and things like that. But I thought actually I was going to use another technique, something else to show you. So what I'm going to do is, this is my Stampin' Pierce mat, and you can see I've kind of got ink on it, but I'm going to put it underneath my grid paper. Hopefully that doesn't throw the camera off too much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that image that I've used on here, and I'm just going to create a tone-on-tone background on here. So if you have stamps and ink and cardstock that actually coordinate together, this is a great technique to use. Obviously, if you don't, then if you would like some, please let me know. So, oh dear. So I'm just going to stamp on here randomly, and I will turn the image so that I don't end up with it all facing the same way. And one thing I like to do is make sure that I'm stamping off the edge of the cardstock too. There's nothing worse than having a complete sort of open space on an edge. And this is something I know that when we've met in person and we've done the card and the cuppa. That will get glued to that. Now I have now I could just add that on with the paper. So yeah, I know you're not going to see an awful lot of the stamped image behind, but it's just enough to add some interest to the card. But I think I'm actually going to turn that over so it's kind of more of a tone like that. And I'm going to be a devil. I'm going to actually turn the paper so that it's going to be landscape. I'm going to do that. Now I could simply add that, but I'm not sure I'm actually going to use that. Or I could add it and then just add this underneath. I don't really want to start cutting things up too much. Not today. But we'll see. See if I put it that way, the flowers are going to be going sideways rather than the right way round. So I think I would be better off putting it that way. I mean, I could just simply stamp on here. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I will cut up the paper. I will. So I just need to quickly measure that piece to see what the inside measurement is. So it's, if I cut it at 3 centimetres, I don't know if you can see this. I don't want it going directly up to the stitching. I want to leave a little bit of white. So if I cut it at 3 by, let's see, 5 and 5.8. So I'm going to do that. Get my trimmer. Now I want to show, I think I'm going to show yeah, I'm going to show that side. So I'm going to do, I said 3, didn't I? So I'm going to cut it 3. That's right. And then I wanted it 5/8. So hopefully I've cut it right. A bit stuffed if I'm not. Okay, so that works. And then this piece, let's see how much is left. 6.5. So that makes it 3 3/4. Let's see how that works out. You know what? What's that? That's 6.5. And that's, oh, what a fluke. So I could actually cut that in half, turn it and cut it in half that way. And that way then the images are going the right way, except for the fact that yeah, and then we could just use the pink on that side. Oh, no, maybe not. So I said 6.5, didn't I? So that's 3 1/4, which is roughly there. There we go. That's it. I am not doing any more cutting. Famous last words. So what I want to do is glue that piece on and glue that piece on. And then that piece is going to go on there, and it can go in the middle just as an extra panel. Maybe I will have that as the pink. Yep. So glue. I need that. So here's my glue. So all my great plans are not cutting things. Never mind. And that was a sheer fluke that was turned into a square. Never thought about that. So I'm going to stick those two pieces on and have a little border around the stitched bit. Yeah, if I use the glue, then I know I can move around a bit. Okay, so then the question is, I want to put a sentiment on this, I think. I'm just using my thumb to flatten those edges. And then put that as the pink one. So where's my stamp set? Do I have anything that will fit on there? I think I like the feel better, but I'm not sure about feel better friend. So I'm just going to very carefully use that stamp. And you can do it one of two ways. You can either use some washi tape to blank out the word that you don't want, which is what I'm going to do. Or if you had a much larger stamp, you could just simply ink up the words that you want. I'm not convinced that I would actually manage to do that very well. So I'm just going to use a piece of washi tape to, I hope you can still see this, blank off what I don't want. So I got myself some washi tape from the clearance rack. So that's what I tend to use for these. So you just want a little strip, and that word friend, I don't want that. So I'm simply going to put my washi tape over it, trying not to go over any of the other part of the sentiment. So if I just tuck that around it. Now the trick is, once you've inked up the stamp, is to actually remove that washi tape, because the washi tape will actually attract the ink as well, and you don't really want to be stamping a black mark. So I don't know if you can see, the friend has not got any ink on it. So I'm just going to try and stamp that in the middle, like so. Get off. That's better. That works. So this piece is going to get glued on there, and then it's going to get put on there, and then the whole thing's going to go on here. I love being able to show how to just use that kit and just with a little bit of patience cut it up and make something slightly different. But that's what it's all about, showing the versatility of things. Right, so that's glued onto there. And I think I will add one of the flower flourishes. What do we think? Do we think pink one? Or should we go something totally different, go for a pale papaya? Because it kind of goes in with a, maybe not. How about fresh Frisia one? No, I think I might just stick with that. So I'm just going to put one of those on. I have to remember to put the lid on this pot, because otherwise it's all going to go completely. If I knock it, that will be it. I've had it. I'm going to glue this onto the card front. Actually, I can take that out from up there, because I don't need that there anymore, because I'm not doing any stamping. So I've talked about the catalogue launch and the fact that I know some of you have already accepted the invitation to join the Facebook group, which is great. And the details of the for the Zoom call and everything will be going up. I'm also going to be doing an in-colour club this year, and it's a way of adding all the new in colours to your craft supplies over a period of 5 months. So each month you will get all the items relating to that colour. So in any given month you will receive the cardstock, the ink pad, the refill, the Stampin blends, the Stampin Right markers, and the sheets of the In Colour Designer Series paper. So over 5 months, that means you will build up a collection. Oh, and there's also ribbon. You've built up a collection of everything in the in colours. And at the end of the 5th month, I'm throwing in a pack of those little flower flourishes for free as a thank you. So I thought I had put details up on my blog, but I just looked and I couldn't see it. So I'm going to have to go and do that in a minute once I'm finished. Now that's a bit skew-whiff, I think. Yeah. Let's see if I can get it off a bit and straighten it up. Oops. It's a bit better. Put that on. So I just want that to go in the middle, roughly. It's the problem when you're doing everything from a distance. And then I'm not sure, do I want to put that directly underneath, or I think I'm going to put it off and just put it in a corner. Like that. So I'm going to put that there, and then in a minute, once that's dry, I will put the rhinestone in, and then obviously I have that and my piece of card, basic white card, which is somewhere, so I'm not going to go looking for it now. So that's today's card. I mean, obviously I could use that on the envelope, or I could stamp on the envelope. It's really, again, it's up to you as to what you want to do. So these are the 3 cards then. So the technique on this one is using your Stampin' Right markers to colour your stamp. Works best on red rubber. You can do it on photopolymer, but I find that the red rubber, the clear mount stamps, cling mount stamps are far better for that technique. Stamped and coloured with the Stampin' blends, and then this one we've created a tone-on-tone background using the hand-penned petals stamp set. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I will put photos and all the details up on the Facebook page later. I probably won't get a chance to do it straight away because I have to go and run an errand. As I said, catalogue launch, so hope to see you on that. And the In Colour Club. And I should also say that there's a joining offer this month. So if you really have a long list and you want to get your supplies at a discount, then why not think about joining the Acorns? We have lots of fun together. And this month you can choose £154 worth of goodies for £99. And that comes with free shipping, and then that means you then are part of the team till at least the end of September, which means that you can then enjoy the 20% discount, that's net discount, until then. So if you want to find out some more information, then please get in touch. I'd love to talk to you about it and share what we get up to. And in the meantime, I will see you next week for a card and stamping techniques. I haven't worked out what I'm doing yet, And then hopefully I'll get to see some of you on the 15th on the Zooms, which will be great fun. So take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.